Está cerrado. Okay. Hello, dear friends. How are you doing? Is this too much light? I have the window open. Well, it'll stay like that. And it's cloudy today. And it rained last night, so we need the rain. I hope everybody.
Sorry.
Okay. I find an echo. So Anna has, here's Anna. Look at her. See, there she is. You see it? So Anna and I make a good team. And so we're going to be talking. Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Christine. So, hi, Mary. How are you doing, my dear friend? So, anyway, what happens is that sometimes you want to make a scarf. And you do need to think when you make a scarf, if you want it, you can make it in the round, you can make a long scarf in the round, or a cowl, and that would be okay. But when you have a regular scarf, you need to think about the two sides of the scarf. It's not the case if you have a hat or a cowl or a sweater or gloves or anything else. But it is important if you're making something flat, because then cat and my love, we had our kitty around here a little while ago, and
they're fighting each other. I can hear them.
They are downstairs fighting. We have two. An older one, Tebow. I think Mary knows about him, and Nala, the newer one. But they fight. Nala gives Tebow a hard time. Anyway, when you make a scarf, you do need to think about the two sides. And I sent Anna examples of one row repeats. So when you have a one row repeat, it is very, so if for example, a ribbing, knit 1 purl 1 or knit 2 purl 2 or knit 3 purl 3 is a double-sided, but you don't want to do that for a scarf because you would take a lot of yarn. But you have lace stitches that are one row repeats, and so Anna's posting them because they're very nice ones. They are. And then the mistake ribbing or the broken rib, the mistake rib, the rice stitch. For example, with a rice stitch, what you do is that you have a bumpy side, it has little bumps, and on the other side it looks like ribbing. So sometimes it is a different stitch on one side or the other, but they both look nice, like the rice stitch. And so there are stitches that you need a 2-row repeat. That means you knit one way in one fashion and you come back in another way, but they both sides look pretty, so you can use that in a scarf. And it's even interesting to see how it turns out because the two sides look very pretty. Anyway, so be aware of stuff that you knit, because you do want to have, let me show you. I have some I have some. Anna is making something very neat. She bought this yarn. This is very thin, and she's using a real large knitting needles, like fat. See? And she is making something that looks like lace. Look how pretty that looks. And it's only knit. She's only knitting, knit, 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 knit. But this is going to become like a very soft looking scarf, or
It's mostly for fashion.
it is mostly for fashion, but that's what we do. We do things for fashion. We make pretty things. We make pretty things that are that we can use. But for example, what if you want to make a wall hanging? Well, we do it for because it's pretty, and we make things. We knit things because nobody else has the same thing. And look at this. Isn't that cute? And then something else that you can do in order to have something that nobody else has is if you combine yarns, if you knit with two different yarns together. So that makes it like exclusive. So what if you knit something like this with a hairy one or whatever? And we have several stitches like that. We have combined stitches that are like that. So we have a shrug that I use 2 or 3 different yarns to knit it. So yeah, you can do that. And then, for example, this here that we're going to be posting soon, and I'm calling it the easy lace, the very pretty easy lace. See how that is. So, but this is only one-sided. The other side doesn't look very pretty. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like it should be a side. So this should be more like on the inside of something. And this isn't like on the outside. This would be very nice for a vest, or whatever, a hat. This would be very nice for a hat. But what happens with hats is that you have to think about having some kind of gift, some kind of a ribbing thing. So, for example, if you have a repetition and purl two, another repetition and purl two, so that would make it like, like flexible. Now, Anna has been telling me that a lot of people want to crochet. So I used to teach a crochet class in San Antonio, and I haven't crocheted in the longest time, and we don't have many crochet stitches. So I am making this, and I made the video today. I haven't put it up on the internet, but isn't this pretty? And this is a 1-row repeat, a crochet 1-row repeat. So a lot of crochet stitches that you do the same on one side and or the other. It is nice for a scarf, a shrug, even if you make little placemats. That would be so elegant if you put a nice tablecloth underneath and have these on top, something like this on top of the tablecloth. If you have like a white tablecloth with this on top, that would look very pretty. So I think I'm going to be making several crochet stitches, and mainly if it's a 1-row repeat, because I'm into easy. I am into something that is not difficult to make. I'm making also a shawl that is called Crescent Shawl, and I'm still knitting it, and I'm writing the instructions and all. So I'll share it with you next time. But I got a rib scarf, knit for purple. Yes, then repeat. Yeah, knit for purl 4. Yep. You like this pink, isn't it pretty? Yeah, it's one of those yarns that we buy in Guadalajara. So yes, Anna will be uploading them, and because we haven't done anything last weekend, so we took a little bit of time off. Remember that we told you about it. So uh, anyway, what else is new? Garter Stitch. So the knit 4, purl 4, you alternate them. So you knit 4, purl 4 on one side, and then knit 4, purl 4 on the other side over it. That means not ribbing, but alternated. That would be interesting, Christine. I'm going to try that, or maybe knit 4, purl 4, like going and coming back, and then changing them 2 rows, going and coming back. That would be very pretty, very, very nice. And it would be a double-sided. Even if you do it differently, it would be double-sided. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Mary, it is time for Anna to go get Nicholas.
Yeah, just about now.
She has 3 more minutes. She leaves at 12:15.
Thank you, Mary.
You are so
Yeah.
sweet. Tooth Fairy is not with us, and she told us that she wasn't going to be able to be with us today. So it doesn't matter. Sometimes not everybody can make it all the time. So, but she did tell us. She did tell us she wasn't going to be with us. So I am Babette. All right, Christine. Pray for the world. Yes. Rebecca. How are you, Rebecca? And the what? The herringbone. Yes, the herringbone stitch is very, very pretty. It looks very nice on both sides. Um, we have another stitch. It's called the hail stitch. And the broken rib and the rice stitch. And so, yeah, and there's a lot of stitches that you can use for scarves. But please figure out that you have 2 sides on the scarf, but not for anything else. Only the shawls and scarves. Even if you're making like the sleeves, like the shrugs that we talked about last time, the shrugs, you don't need to have double-sided, because it's the wrong side is against your body and into the sleeve. So no, you don't need to do that. So what is it? Oh, right, Rebecca. So Anna left, and the Tooth Fairy is not here. So it's up to me to say hello to all of you. And I know I missed Priscilla. How are you? All right. Let's see who else is here. Christine, Rebecca, Priscilla. Pray for the world. We don't know your name, but I'm with you to pray for the world. Mary is always with us, and she's in good with time. Hannah needs to go get Nicholas. And okay. So thank you very much for being with us. And we're going to make it short this time. Maybe, unless you want to ask anything, because make shrugs, make stuff now for your Christmas gifts. Because I always do knits for Christmas. And my friends appreciate it very much. I'm going to go to a friend's birthday next week in Guadalajara, and I'm going to give her the Crescent Shawl. So because in Guadalajara it gets cold in winter, believe it or not, it really gets cold. Sometimes it snows. So not often, but it gets very cold. See, Guadalajara is as high as Denver. It's a mile high, and it's up in the mountains. I mean, Guadalajara is very high. It's surrounded by mountains. It's a valley, so it gets cold. So she can use it. I can because I'm in the coast. I'm close to Puerto Vallarta, and it never gets so cold as to use that. But of course, I travel. I go places. I take my heavy things with me, but I don't need that many. So, and then I downsized a lot. I have a very few things, which I love. I love that I got rid of almost everything. I am so happy not to take care of stuff. Thank you very much. You have what? Fuse knitting on YouTube. Have you? No, I haven't. All right. Thank you, Rebecca. I will look into that. Okay. I will look into that. 100 stitches are good. They are good. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. I love you all. Let me put it here. And thank you very much for being with us. Thank you, Rebecca. And I will be saying bye-bye, Mary. The pink crochet stitch. Yes, because you like to crochet too, Mary. Making knitted, yes, please do, because you know it's what, July, August, September. You have very, and then you take your time, and you have, so make Christmas gifts. We do not need to buy a lot of stuff. We have yarn, let's use it and make our friends pretty things that are simple, that are one size fits all, usually like hats and cowls. Cowls are a very nice gift, and you can be very creative with cowls, very creative, and just knit in the round if you wish, and that would be really easy. And you sit on in front of your Netflix and knit, and before you know it, you have 5-6 gifts there. So cowls, gloves, hats, um, uh, scarves. I usually don't make scarves anymore because people lose them unless they put them together in a certain way. People lose scarves. So I'm all for cowls, They are very elegant. They are very nice to have. I don't like them very, very long because you don't know what to do with them unless they are long and you fold them and put them again over your neck to have them nice and big and warm. And then if you need your head to be covered, you just pull one over. And so those things are very nice to have. I'll probably make one so like that you know that you can use it as a double short cowl, or the cowl and the top to cover your head. Okay, thank you very much. And I will be seeing you next Wednesday at noon. Love you all. Be well. Take care.